Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bill's reaction: Luna's pardon drives Steffy over the edge. According to Thursday, March 13th spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, Steffy Forrester will lose it after Luna Nozawa's pardon. Since Bill Spencer's legal snag may cause criticism, let's discuss what lies ahead for B&B. Deputy Chief Bradley Baker, Dan Martin, assisted by an officer, was on the verge of dragging Luna back to prison at the Spencer mansion. All that changed, though, as Baker called and ordered the handcuffs to be taken off. He also instructed that Luna's ankle monitor be taken off. Steffy, Ridge Forrester, and Taylor Hayes are now more incensed than ever when Baker acknowledged that Luna had been pardoned. The drama will continue in Thursday's B&B episode as John Finnegan stands there appearing both worried and perplexed. Bill's attitude makes it clear that he was aware of this and eventually initiated Luna's actual independence. Bill will therefore be subject to further criticism for his most recent legal ploy, which will further exacerbate Luna's threat status in the eyes of Steffy and her parents. Finn would not accept this pardon because he also believed that Luna should do her time. That being said, now that they have a genuine opportunity to get to know one another, Finn might find it difficult to fully abandon Luna. Regarding Steffy, she will become quite upset at this pardon scenario and will argue with Luna once more. Luna may respond that Finn should be able to think and speak for himself, but Steffy will stress that Luna will not be in Finn's life. Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, will be terrified for her life at Lee Finnegan's, Naomi Matsuda, workplace as Finn finds himself at the epicenter of that escalating conflict. Lee just grabbed Poppy by the throat and almost strangled her, but it appears that she will eventually let go and leave her sister gasping for oxygen. Nevertheless, Lee can make some more threats and claim that if Poppy dares to hurt her loved ones anymore, she would kill her. Lee and Poppy will receive reports regarding Luna's pardon at some time in the upcoming episodes, which may lead them to forecast the difficulties this would cause. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna's independence will undoubtedly make things more difficult for many individuals, so pay attention. The strangling session of Lee and the face-off of Luna. Here are the spoilers for Thursday, March 13th, 2025's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans should anticipate that Lee Finnegan's strangling session will continue in tomorrow's episode. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Don't forget to check out our B&B spoilers for next week, here. Poppy Nozawa's finding. Fans may anticipate that Poppy will still be in shock about Lee discovering the truth about Luna's biological father on Thursday, March 13th. Poppy bounded in there with the intention of continuing to get back in touch with her older sister. Poppy was shocked when Lee revealed to her sibling that she knew Luna's location and the identity of her father. Read more, discover the events of the most recent B&B episode. The strangling session of Lee Finnegan. Even though Finn was an adult in theory, Poppy went too far when she said that he wanted it as much as she did. How could someone do that after seeing someone they grew up with as a member of the family? At any rate, Poppy is displaying her dark and vile side. Poppy then felt the want to sit down and talk about it. Lee, of course, has no interest in conversing. Lee will thus keep choking Poppy. But will he really murder her sister, or will anything stop it? How would the hospital react if Lee pinned someone to the wall? The face-off with Luna Nozawa. According to tomorrow's teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna will keep battling Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood. Luna is now legally a free woman after being pardoned. Steffy will therefore need to put in considerably more effort to keep her family safe from the murderer. Luna has already been informed by Steffy that she would never date Finn. Finn seemed to be siding with Steffy for the time being. But that might not be the case. March 13th, 2025 Thursday. Luna won't let up on her insistence that she needs Finn. Luna will also assert that she is a good girl and that all she needs to be a good girl is a father. But Steffy was drugged by the same girl, who also held her captive at a cafe. In addition to killing Paul Hollis Hollister and Tom Starr, Luna planned to let Steffy die. Therefore, Steffy has the right to protect her family, even though Finn feels obligated to Luna. As this plot develops, Finn appears to be conflicted. Is he really going to be able to avoid his own child? Strong arguments for why Steffy should pardon Luna. Updates and teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful raise doubts about Steffy Forrester's forgiveness of Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada. These are all strong arguments for Steffy to think about forgiving Luna. Is Luna a lost cause, or does she deserve another chance? Unquestionably unstable, Luna's past is full of sinister turns, from manipulating paternity tests to carrying out numerous murders to the horrific act of locking Steffy in a cage. She has caused more chaos than many of the notorious enemies on the program. However, Steffy seems to believe that Luna's past renders her unredeemable, rejecting any possibility of forgiveness and insisting that she should be imprisoned for all eternity. However, should she maintain that belief so strongly? After all, there are many examples of characters who were formerly considered villains but later sought atonement in the history of soap operas. Maybe Steffy needs to broaden her horizons and think about the potential for change. Why Luna is deserving of a chance at redemption. Although Luna's acts were unquestionably terrible, it is important to understand her past. Raised by a woman with questionable morals, Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, Luna did not receive the stability and direction she sorely needed in her upbringing. Is it surprising that she turned to drastic means of survival given her difficult situation? We also need to take into account her young age. Although her age does not justify her actions, it does offer her the chance to change and develop. She was able to move from prison to house detention in Dollar Bill's lavish mansion because the legal system acknowledged her ability. Perhaps Steffy should change her mind as well if the law perceives a chance for her to be saved. Does Steffy need to be kind? Everything changes when it is revealed that Luna is actually Finn's daughter. She is not just an outsider trying to fit in with the Forrester family, she is a member of their bloodline. That must indicate something important, doesn't it? Steffy has good reason to be wary of Luna, but when does seeking justice become tantamount to seeking retribution? She has always taken pleasure in being a strong leader and a loving family woman, but holding on to this grudge could strain her relationships with Finn and the other members of their mixed family. Perhaps it's time for Steffy to believe in the kind of dramatic redemption journey that soap opera fans love, since Luna isn't the first person in Los Angeles to make a big mistake. Alternatively, she could cooperate until she can demonstrate her case and expose Luna as the real bad guy. Lee assaults Poppy while the Deacon confronts Sheila. Finally, Wednesday, March 12, 2025, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful are available. Fans might anticipate a confrontation between Lee Finnegan and Penelope Poppy Nozawa. He challenges Sheila Carter Sharp's compassion for Poppy over with Deacon Sharp. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Lee Finnegan's duel. Fans can anticipate that Lee will still be in shock by John Finnegan's recent confession on Wednesday, March 12. When Lee asked her sister to live with her, she had no idea that she would wind up sharing a bed with her son. When Finn mentioned Poppy, Lee was very patient and reserved. Lee was furious, but Finn wasn't at blame for this. Nozawa Poppy was attacked. There will be a confrontation when Poppy visits Lee in the hospital. Poppy will likely continue to lie when Lee demands the truth. Poppy may be full of calls-out Sheila excuses if she is unable to lie any longer. Anyway, Lee is going to blow up. In a sneak peek, Lee pins Poppy to the wall while putting her hands around her throat. The empathy of Sheila Carter Sharp. Sheila will feel sorry for Poppy, according to tomorrow's spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Sheila has experienced being taken away from her child by force. Sheila is unaware, though, that Poppy had an affair with Finn when he was only 18 and that they had a kid together. Sheila's empathy may completely collapse once she discovers all of that. Deacon Sharp's attention. Sheila feels sorry for Poppy, but Deacon will criticize his wife. Deacon will wonder why in the world Sheila is feeling any sympathy for Poppy. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Deacon calls out Sheila, Lee attacks Poppy. Deacon may argue that Luna's identity is a result of Poppy's parenting. However, Deacon's daughter is also not exactly acting very well. The choice made by John Finnegan. Finn is also likely to make a difficult choice, according to fans. Everyone looked at Finn as Luna sobbed and pleaded that they not send her back to prison. Finn simply cannot refuse his daughter, even though he is aware that he could lose everything. It would be intriguing to watch how Steffy attempts to fulfill her new mission and where Luna and Finn's relationship develops from here. This strange remark about Luna's ankle bracelet was made by Steffy. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, there are certain aspects of the present plot that simply don't make sense. In addition to that, it appears like Steffy Forrester is struggling to make connections between a few things. For all the information you require, continue reading below. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy's strange remark regarding Luna's ankle bracelet. Luna is currently under house arrest at Bill Spencer's estate, as many B&B fans are aware. Despite killing 2 people last summer, she was able to escape from prison. However, that doesn't appear to be the main problem in this made-up Los Angeles town. Instead, by suggesting that someone call the police on Luna despite her home detention, Steffy was able to confuse a number of people. Is there any logic to that at all? The internet had a lot to say about the issue, as our devoted readers can guess. Remember the recent episode where Finn was explaining that he was Luna's father and Steffy never put anything together? Some people even commented, "She isn't really intelligent. It is foolish to call the police on her because she is already under house arrest and they are powerless to harm her." Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, is Steffy aware of what's happening? This Luna house arrest instead of being in prison may be the only thing I have ever agreed with Steffy on. Maybe this storyline is part of the big plan to set the Menendez brothers free, let out of prison for murdering both parents, was another comment that was made. That Steffy entitlement syndrome was another criticism that was made. It's a terrible illness that makes its victims believe they have a right to anything. Regretfully, there is currently no cure for this condition that destroys families. Family tensions escalate in this dramatic episode as long-simmering disputes surface, revealing unfiltered feelings and ulterior motives. Lee's dramatic encounter with Poppy, which has been building for weeks, is the main focus of the episode. Lee, who has always been shown as a cool-headed and collected person, finally loses it and lets go her bottled-up rage in a startling outburst. Lee sees Poppy's alleged treachery and interference in family matters as a direct challenge to her power and control over the family's legacy, which sets off her rage. Harsh words are exchanged as long-suppressed resentments come to the surface during the heated discussion. Not only does Lee's outburst startle Poppy, but it also causes the whole family to reassess their ties and choose sides. Finn, who has been silently watching the mayhem, chooses to take the field and play hardball in the interim. Finn, who is renowned for his strategic thinking and composed manner, takes advantage of any chance to establish his authority and defend his own interests. He takes advantage of the circumstances, utilizing the dysfunction in the family as leverage in both personal and professional negotiations. Viewers are left wondering about his genuine motivations as his deliberate actions expose a more sinister and vicious aspect of his personality. As the show progresses, ambition and mistrust cause the family's tenuous bond to break under. Every character is compelled to face their own weaknesses and make tough decisions that can have far-reaching effects. Every moment in the episode is brimming with suspense and emotional intensity, making it a masterwork of tension building. To make sure that no one is spared from the turmoil, the authors deftly combine several tales. As new alliances start to form and the family's power dynamics change at the end of the episode, the stage is set for even more intense fights. This captivating story has viewers on the edge of their seats, impatiently awaiting the next installment. In addition to enhancing the characters' complexity, the episode poses difficult queries on power, loyalty, and the extent people would go to in order to safeguard their interests. Lee exposes her wrath and Finn plays hardball is a remarkable episode that captivates viewers from beginning to end with its incisive dialogue, outstanding performances, and surprising turns. With Luna emerging as the unexpected beneficiary of the chaos and Lee confronting a surprising betrayal, the title "Lee Attacked and Luna Was Set Free" sums up the dramatic changes that characterize this edition nicely. Lee, who has always been the family's rock of strength and authority, finds herself in a precarious situation at the start of the episode. She is brutally attacked on both a physical and mental level after her unrelenting quest for power and her deceptive methods have finally caught up with her. The discovery that someone close to her planned the attack shakes the family and leaves Lee in disbelief. She must face the repercussions of her actions once her previously unwavering confidence is destroyed. Among the series' most compelling sequences are those that show Lee's weakness. They provide a unique window into the humanity that lies beneath her tough appearance. The rest of the family is in chaos while Lee tries to get back on her feet. A perfect storm of dysfunction is created as long-suppressed grudges erupt, alliances are put to the test, and secrets are revealed. Luna stands out as the only figure who survives the turmoil and even prospers in the midst of it. Luna, who has frequently been disregarded and undervalued, takes advantage of the chance to overcome the limitations that have prevented her from achieving her full potential. She embarks on a courageous journey to establish her independence and forge her own path in this episode, which is one of empowerment and liberation. The notion of karma and the unpredictability of fate are highlighted by the stark contrast between Luna's ascent and the other characters' decline. With each scene building on the one before it, the show is expertly paced to create a sense of mounting intensity. By deftly juggling several plot lines, the authors give each character an opportunity to succeed or fail. With a number of lines that are certain to become fan favorites, the language is incisive and powerful. The actors give some of their most nuanced performances to date, and the performances are equally stunning. The story setting has changed permanently by the episode's conclusion. A new chapter in the story that promises even more twists and turns is triggered by Lee's attack and Luna's freedom. Shock, satisfaction, and a raging curiosity about what will happen next are among the mixed sensations that viewers are left with. The show's ability to keep viewers on the edge of their seats by fusing intense drama with really human moments is demonstrated by this episode. Lee attacked and Luna was set free is a remarkable episode that will be discussed for seasons to come because of its strong characters, complex narrative, and emotional depth. When Lee finds out that Poppy slept with teenage Finn, he attacks her. After learning that her sister had slept with teenage Finn years prior, Lee assaults Poppy brutally. Lee corners her sister and starts strangling her as the startling altercation devolves into violence. Lee attacks Poppy physically during the shocking Finn revelation with sisters at war. Lee Finnegan and Poppy Nozawa's frustration has finally erupted into violence following a shocking discovery that will alter their family's course forever. After discovering that Poppy had slept with her adolescent son, Finn, years prior, Lee brutally assaulted her sister in a scene that left viewers gasping, making Luna not just Lee's niece but also her biological granddaughter. A startling family secret is revealed. The shocking revelation that Finn is Luna's biological father caused Lee to pace tensely in her office, where the emotional moment took place. Lee was barely able to control her anger when an unaware Poppy bounded in, proposing that they have brunch and waxing poetic about how much she enjoys being Lee's sweet little sister. When Poppy first arrived, she was worried that Luna might have died after being turned away from the prison without giving a reason, so she came to talk about her missing daughter. Lee then revealed that Luna was in fact in Bill Spencer's residence, dropping the first bomb. The real explosion, however, occurred a few seconds later. As the color faded from Poppy's face, Lee said icily, "Finn, my son, your nephew, Luna's father." Poppy's shocked expression validated Lee's suspicions that her sister had deceived her in the most horrifying manner. Poppy's uncomfortable defense. Rather than expressing regret, Poppy made a defense that only made Lee madder. When questioned about using her nephew, who was 18, Poppy dared to say that he wanted it as much as I did and that their meeting was beautiful. This unsettling rationale pushed Lee over the edge. She spat at her sister, saying, "You have delusions. You won't get away with this, you crossed a line." Lee was not paying attention when Poppy asked her to sit down and explain. After 20 years of deceit had finally been exposed, Lee's meticulously manicured manner fell apart. Also. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Kimberlyn Brown teases a furious Sheila-Poppy argument about Finn's secret. When Lee snaps, violence breaks out. Lee pushed her sister against the wall and screamed in her face so loudly that she could hardly stand to see her breathe, one of the most horrifying scenes in recent Bold and Beautiful history. This transgression seemed insignificant in comparison to the years of mistrust and guilt Lee had endured, especially the earlier charges that Poppy had slept with her husband, Jack. Lee became enraged, put her hands around Poppy's throat, and started strangling her, saying, "What you did was 1,000 times worse." Lee's eyes were filled with pure hatred, which indicated that she truly wanted to harm her sister and that this was not a temporary loss of control. As the terrifying spectacle came to a close, Poppy was gasping for oxygen and her eyes were wide with terror as Lee's hold on her neck grew tighter. Is the usually calm doctor finally lost it? Could there be a tragic outcome to this encounter? Luna's shock pardon causes family chaos. In the midst of already heated family strife, Steffy and her family confronted Bill about helping Luna avoid prison earlier at his estate, setting the stage for this vicious sister fight. When Chief Baker showed there to arrest Luna, the surprising turn of events occurred when he received an enigmatic call telling him that Luna had been formally pardoned for her crimes. Finn in particular was completely taken aback by the news. Finn had insisted that Luna pay for her crimes against his wife Steffy, even though she had made frantic attempts to win him over as her new father. Finn was clearly shell-shocked by the pardon announcement, while Luna was scarcely able to control her joy. Relationships between the mother and the daughter. It is impossible to overlook the similarities between Poppy and Luna's actions. A troubling pattern of deception and a lack of responsibility for their conduct has been displayed by both ladies. Luna's attempts to use emotion and traumatic experiences to defend her misdeeds are similar to Poppy's rationalization of her inappropriate relationship with teenage Finn. Also. B&B spoilers and 3 to 10 recap. Carter turns down Hope's request to fire Daphne. In a startling betrayal, business takes priority over love. In an interview with Deacon at Il Giardino, Sheila Carter even mentioned the connection and showed unexpected sympathy for Poppy's predicament as Luna's mother. Sheila appeared to see a fellow struggling mother in Poppy, but Deacon remained resolute and blamed her for Luna's fate. Afterward, what happens? The most pressing concern is whether Poppy will survive this brutal meeting as Lee's fists tighten around her throat. Will someone stop Lee from doing something she can't undo? Or might this altercation result in yet another terrible Los Angeles death? Will Poppy file charges against her sister if she lives? And given that Luna's pardon came as a shock, how will Finn respond when he finds out about this violent family altercation? With treachery, violence, and secrets driving them apart, the Nozawa-Finnegan family drama has descended into previously unheard-of levels of dysfunction. It's obvious that nothing will ever be the same for this family again as Poppy struggles to breathe while being held by her sister.